Oh, thanks, Carol. Round of applause for Carol. Thank you. I have a few things I want to share with all of you today, but I'm so excited to have the opportunity to be back in Cebu for the third time ever, and I look forward to the many times that I will come in the future. But before I get sharing what I wanted to share, I did want to take the opportunity that we have so many people in this room, and I wanted to take the opportunity and recognize our distributors and for all the hard work that you're doing here at LifeVantage. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here and being able to recognize all of you right now. We have 10 different ranks in our company, and I want to take the time and recognize each one of those ranks. I know we have Pro 1s in this room right now. Who's a Pro 1? If you can stand up on your feet, I want to go ahead and recognize you. Any Pro 1s? Okay, Pro 1s bring in at least 1,000 worth of organizational volume every month. Let's give a big round of applause for our Pro 1s. And now I want to recognize our Pro 2s. Pro 2s bring in at least 2,500 every single month. There we go, there are Pro 2s. Okay, who here is a Pro 3? Pro 3s have at least 5,000 in organizational volume every month. We have 2 Pro 3s right here. And now our Pro 4s. I know we have Pro 4s in here. Where are the Pro 4s? Stand up. Pro 4s bring in at least 10,000 every single month in organizational volume. Now, I am very excited to do something that has never been done in LifeVantage history here in the Philippines, and all of you have the opportunity to see this for the very first time. Where are our Pro 5s? I know we have Pro 5s in the room. Can the Pro 5s come and line up right here? Real quick, I want to do a little surprise for all of you. So if the Pro 5s can come on up. So, I'm just going to give a quick story. A couple of months ago, I was here in Cebu, and I brought something with me. Does anyone remember what I had with me when I came here?
GoPro.
A GoPro, but what else? A jersey. What was on the front of this jersey? LifeVantage, right? We're the official jersey sponsors of a professional soccer team, one of the best soccer teams and football teams in all of the United States. And today I wanted to present, because of popular demand, okay, I wanted to present our own Pro 5s with their own official LifeVantage jersey, okay? So this is imported, okay, straight from Utah. Ramil from Manila.
Thank you.
Now I don't have to be the only one showing my jersey. They will have the opportunity to show their own jersey. So here you go, Carol. Mel, gift for you. You're welcome. And Julio, you're going to get the white one. How's that? Please help me. Big round of applause. Oh, we've got here Christopher. Sorry. Christopher, you got a red one too now. So Julio's still the only one with the white one. Big round of applause. So for those of you that are here, these jerseys, and I'm going to give a little bit of the story, but this shows me that as a company, we're real, okay? There's not a lot of companies out there that can say that they sponsor a professional sports team, and to have our name in the front of these jerseys show that we're a real company. This soccer team is seen all over the world, and so our company is going to be seen all over the world, and we have people in Cebu now and Manila that can show our company on this jersey, and this is something that I want all of you to have one day as well, okay? So, round of applause. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Julio. All right, I am so excited just to share a few thoughts that I have with all of you today. Like I said, this is the third time I've ever been to the Philippines, and what I feel every time I come here is really a warmth. It's so warm here that I sweat quite a bit. But when I started here at LifeVantage, it was 5.5 years ago. Our company, like Eli was saying, was barely making enough for us to survive. And to see where we've come in just 5 years has been something that I'm grateful to be able to be a small part of that. the reason I share that with all of you is because every time I think about 5.5 years ago when we were first getting started, our office in Utah didn't have chairs, didn't have tables, we didn't have computers, we didn't have phones. We had to call our customers on our cell phones to make sure they got their orders. And the reason why I share this is when I looked at our company back then, it reminds me so much of today in the Philippines. We're just getting started. Back then, we didn't have we didn't have all the tools we needed to get our job done, but we had the desire to do it, and we've been super successful now, and we're being able to go all over the world, country one at a time, right? When I look at the Philippines, I see the exact same thing. I'm seeing that we might not have the chairs or the tables or the computers, but what do we have? We have the heart, we have the desire to take LifeVantage to all of the Philippines and then one day to all of the world. And it's because of all of you and what you're doing and your sacrifice and your time to be able to share the LifeVantage message is what's going to get us to the entire world. And I'm super grateful to be able to have the opportunity to work with all of you. Just a few days ago, I was on YouTube. Anyone here like to go on YouTube, the website? I like to spend time on YouTube. I look at car accidents all the time, right? But one day I ran into a video just recently. There's a video by a guy named Simon Sinek, okay? And Simon talks about the difference between good companies and great companies. The good companies have great products, and they share these great products with people, and they can sell those products. But the great companies, they don't just share and sell what they have, they share and sell why they do it, okay? So people will not buy what we do, they will buy why we do it. And that's what we're doing here at LifeVantage. We have amazing products, yes we do. We have an amazing company, but what we have that is making the biggest impact is our people. Just recently, I don't know if she's in the room right now, is Kai Hayes in the room? She's in Manila. I thought she was going to be in Cebu today. We have one of our Pro 7s who lives in the United States, but she's originally from the Philippines, and she comes back and forth. And just recently, she called me and said, Haroldo, I'm flying back to the Philippines, and I want you to be able to share a short message with the people in the Philippines that I am sharing LifeVantage with. And she said, can you do a real quick video for me? And I said, yeah, I can do that. And she asked me, can you make a quick video that just says, why LifeVantage? And the moment she said that, I had 3 things that came to my mind. Why LifeVantage? First, it was our people. The second thing was our culture. And the third thing was our products. The reason why I put products at the end, I'll explain why in a few moments. But when I thought of our people, I thought of all of you. I thought of all the people that I work with so closely in the United States. And it's that we need here at LifeVantage that's going to get us all over the world and share our message with all the people that need our company and need our opportunity. So the people we have here are making an enormous difference for the future that comes here in the next few years. Those of you that are here sitting in Cebu today are the ones that are creating the path for the people that will come in the years to come. And so we need your leadership, and we need you to be the example for those that will go and follow in your footsteps. People is the first thing I thought of. The second thing was our culture. You need to have culture to be able to attract people. I don't want to be the type of person that goes out trying to convince people why they should come to LifeVantage. We should be having people saying, I want to go to LifeVantage. They should be attracted to come to us. And the culture that we're building here is the way we're going to do it. I'm going to share a real quick story of something that happened to me just a few days ago in California. I was born in California, and just recently we had a big event called an Elite Academy where we had people from Canada, United States, and Mexico. We even had a few of our Filipinos here that attended this event. I was in California and I was wearing a jacket, and I had to go to a similar shopping center like the SM we're in today. And guess what happened? I forgot my jacket at the store, okay? I drove to the convention center, which was about 45 kilometers away, and it was impossible for me to be able to go and retrieve my jacket. And I did the next best thing I could think of, and I went on Facebook. I know many of you are on Facebook. I went on Facebook and I posted, is anyone going to drive by the shopping center? I forgot my jacket. I had text messages, I had emails, I had responses on Facebook. I had at least 50 different people say, we will go and pick up your jacket for you, just tell us where it is. We had people that had to drive almost an hour out of the way just to go grab my jacket, and that's where it really hit me, where I said, that's the type of culture that we have at LifeVantage, and that's the type of culture and people that we need to bring to LifeVantage. People that care about helping others, no matter what the situation is. To have that desire to help other people is what's going to, it makes a huge difference in what our goal is as a company, which is to make people better, and in doing so, we're making the world a better place. And so, just like I couldn't believe it, they came to the event and they brought my jacket for me. And so that's the type of culture. And the last thing I had mentioned was our products. We have amazing products that everybody needs. But like I mentioned earlier, people don't buy what we do, they buy why we do it. And so for those of you that are here in LifeVantage now or are looking at LifeVantage, find why you're doing this. The why that you have to be a part of LifeVantage is what's going to get you past the hard times. It's what's going to get you past the moments where you say, I can't do this. Find that why that you have and share that why with as many people as you can, because that's what's going to attract people to our company. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the growth and what we're starting here at the Philippines. You know, how many millions of people? We have 90 million people that live in the Philippines, and we have a few here in Cebu, we have in Davao, we have in Manila, but we have 90 million people to still share this with, and it's going to be through us that we're going to do it. My job here at corporate is to support all of you, okay? I can't be here every single day. I wish I could, but I can't. But we have leaders here that you saw a few of them standing here today. We have leaders that their desire is to help you grow and achieve success like they've been achieving themselves. And so working together in unity is going to be a big step in being able to achieve success, not only here in Cebu, but in all of the Philippines. As a company, we understand that coming into LifeVantage is going to be hard work. We know that you're going to have to dedicate time, but we know also that it's going to be very worth it for those of you that put in the desire and the effort to be successful here at LifeVantage. I want to ask those of you that are distributors here, when you've shown someone the Vantage Pack that we just heard about from Eli, 37.5, right? Has anyone ever said, I really want to do the business, but I just can't pay 37.5 right now? Has anyone ever had that situation? Raise your hand, don't be shy. Okay, I see several hands, okay? To build this business, and we learned from Eli today, to build this business, we have the Vantage Pack. And this is what's going to help you get started and to start building your business, okay? You're going to be able to maximize our entire compensation plan by using this Vantage Pack and buying this Vantage Pack and sharing and getting as many people as you can to get the same Vantage Pack that you did. But we understand as a company that we need to be able to adapt. There are a lot of people out there here in the Philippines that have the desire, but right now it's completely impossible for them to come up with 37.5 to be able to buy their Vantage Pack. So as a company, we want to be able to offer them another way to be able to join our company. They won't be coming in at 37.5, they'll be coming in at 10.4. Okay, does that make sense? 10.4 when I say that? It will be a pack that contains 4 bottles of Potandem, and with the help of our leadership here in the Philippines, it's going to be coming with some marketing materials and tools for you to be able to start building your business. Okay, so I want to be very clear. 37.5 is the pack for you to be able to build your business quicker and be able to have more sustainability and be able to grow, not to be able to grow more efficiently and be able to grow with bigger leaders. 37.5 is the way to go. But as a company, we understand there are people that want to be able to do the business, and they just at this moment in time they can't do it at 37.5. So 10.4 is what we're going to offer to our distributors. The commissions is going to be 32 or 3.2. I'm still trying to learn the way we say these things. 3.2, does that make sense? Okay, so if someone comes into our company with the 10-4 pack, which we're going to be announcing the official name to all of you here very soon in the next few days. When they come in with the 10-4 pack, you as the enroller will earn 3-2. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Okay. This is the way that the people that just can't have 37.5 right now, they can still join our business and start building their business, and one day be able to get, the Vantage Stack at 37.5 and be able to maximize the entire compensation plan. So what we learned today a little bit briefly with Eli is, our company, we have different bonuses. There's one bonus, the Infinite Fast Start bonus. That bonus only pays out when one purchases the Vantage Stack. Okay, so that's one bonus that will not be included for someone that purchases the 10-4 pack. But it's being able to allow them now to start building their business, start finding other people that have the same desire they have, to be able to start growing in LifeVantage, and then being able to get to the 37.5 pack down the road to be able to maximize the entire compensation plan. But this is a small way to get the masses to start joining us, and not just those that can bring in 37.5. So what I'm going to do real quick is just let all of you know that there's going to be a document coming out here in the next week or so with all the details, so you can start sharing it with those. The date of when that pack will be available is coming very soon, very, very soon. Just in the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to have all the final details. But with that said, are you excited for that?
Yes!
We're going to be able to attract the masses to our company, and we're going to be able to make even a bigger impact by having different options for our people. I want to take the time now just to introduce the final speaker today. I'm very grateful to have this person now in my life. I met him almost a year ago, and the very first thing I thought was, who is this guy and what's up with his suit? That's the first thing I thought. You will know what I'm talking about. This is a person that, if it weren't for him, I would not be standing here in front of all of you today. He has given me the opportunity to work with all of you here in the Philippines. I'm grateful for that opportunity, and I'm going to be working as hard as I can to be able to support all of you as best as I can. As a company, our focus is all of you, and I want to go ahead and give the opportunity now to one of my newest friends at LifeVantage, our Chief Sales Officer, Dave Phelps.
Haroldo, thank you very much. It's awesome to be with all of you in Cebu tonight. Do you like that 10,400 peso pack? Yes. And do you like 3,200 pesos going to the enroller of that pack? Yes. Well, make sure that you sell a lot of them. Starting right here in Cebu. How's everybody doing tonight? Great. I have a question for you. Can we just speak Bisaya tonight? Yes. Are you sure?
Yes. Sige, go. Sige, una ka.
Gihigugma nako ang Pilipinas! Ug gihigugma nako ang Cebu! Now for the hard stuff. LifeVantage. Mao ang usa ka maanindot ug makabadasig nga kumpanya. Ug kamo mao ang maanindot ug makabadasig nga mga tawo. Shall I keep going? Yes. Cannot. I just exhausted my entire vocabulary in Cebuano. So it's really awesome to be here tonight. But after that workout with Cebuano a minute ago, I've got to take this coat off. because we've got work to do in this room. And Haroldo made comments about my suits, but he didn't say anything about my cufflinks yet. I want to tell you that I have a long history with this amazing, beautiful country called the Philippines. Clear back, when I was a young teenager, I lived in a small Filipino community on the island of Molokai in Hawaii. My town was called Manaloa, and the population was about 99.9% Filipino and me. And I used to work side by side in the pineapple fields with all of my Filipino neighbors. And so even from the time I was 15 years old, I already was eating bagoong and balut. I didn't say I was enjoying it, I said I was eating it. If you want to talk about enjoyment, then we have to talk about adobo and calamansi juice and a few other things. But I tell you that information so that you'll know my heart has been in the Philippines for a very, very long time. A guy who is a mentor of mine, his name is Blair Robinette. Blair is much, much older than I am. But he told me a story that has stayed with me up until now that I want to tell you about tonight. Blair was part of history right here in the Philippines. Blair was an American soldier, and Blair had been captured by the Japanese and was part of the death march at Bataan. And one time when we were having a discussion and he was telling me about the history of what he had experienced, he put his head down and had me feel the back of his skull. I could feel where his skull had been fractured. Because on one day in the Philippines, when he was on that death march, there was a line of soldiers and he wanted some water. And he asked one of the Japanese soldiers for water, and for whatever reason, it made him very angry. And so the soldier told him to bend over, and when he bent over, he smashed his head with his gun, and it broke his skull. It was only a couple of days later that they were also lined up on one of those dirty, dusty roads. And Blair had an opportunity to escape. And the opportunity came because he was around the corner from the soldiers that were guarding all of these prisoners. And there was a young Filipino boy, only 13 years old, who was in a canoe in the water on the other side of the road. And he said, "Gi, come." And Blair looked back and saw this young Filipino boy, and he had to make a decision that fast. And it was a life and death decision, and he decided to try to escape with that 13-year-old Filipino boy. And guess what? It worked. And Blair got in that boat, and that Filipino boy rowed and rowed and rowed and took Blair Robinette to freedom. Imagine the feelings of my friend Blair Robinette. Every single time he told that story, that one of the sons of the Philippines, 13 years old, took him to freedom. It's been a dramatic story, and I think about that every single time I come to the Philippines. We use the word freedom a lot at LifeVantage in this year, and that is exactly why I'm here with all of you tonight. Because I want to take as many of you with us as possible to a place called freedom. Earlier today, I came over to this mall, and I walked around the mall for 30 or 40 minutes, just watching people and feeling people. I didn't really speak to very many people, but then I went outside, and I had the opportunity to walk through some neighborhoods. I talked with some of the vendors. I held a 9-month-old beautiful baby for about 10 minutes while his father could sell water. And then the mother came up. We had a sweet conversation. I've got news for the Philippines. Earlier, you heard Eli talking about the OFWs. I've seen that category myself every time I come to the Philippines on the immigration form, and I know exactly what that means, overseas Filipino workers. Well, I've known a lot of those overseas Filipino workers because the economic impact of your company or your country on the world is very, very profound. But nearly every single one of those overseas Filipino workers that I know, if they had the opportunity to earn a living right here at home, guess what? This is where they'd be. They wouldn't be off in Dubai. They wouldn't be off in Iraq. They wouldn't be off in Kuwait. They'd be right here in the Philippines. Well, we have an answer for those people. But right now, they're not here. But we have an answer for everyone who is still here. That's why I'm here in the Philippines on this trip. I came last night from Bangkok. I stopped in Manila for a couple of hours and then boarded my flight to come directly to Cebu. This is my second trip to the Philippines for LifeVantage. But on this trip, guess where the first stop is? The first stop is right here in Cebu with all of you. And we have a message for each one of you, and that is, if you're willing to understand and feel excited about our story, if you're willing to get in our system, if you're willing to let us lead you to a different and a better place, we have something very amazing and very inspiring for you. That little bit of Cebuano that I attempted to speak a minute ago, the person at the hotel who was my Cebuano professor asked me, why do you say that your company is amazing and inspiring? I got to tell him a little bit why. And he said, if I wasn't at work right now, could I go to that meeting tonight? He's talking about this meeting with all of us in this room. I said, of course. And even if you can't come to this meeting, guess what? There will be many more meetings just like this one. Just out of curiosity, how many of you in the room would be willing to introduce LifeVantage to someone like that? How many of you would be willing to sponsor that person? How many of you would be willing to sell him one of those 10,400 peso packs and keep 3,200 pesos for yourself? Does anybody in this room feel serious about making money? Yes. Is it okay that we talk about money? Yes. Because if it's okay, that's what I want to talk about for a few minutes. But I don't want to offend anybody if you're embarrassed by money. Is anybody embarrassed by money? Not at all? Because the reality is, if you're embarrassed by money, you probably chose the wrong meeting to come to tonight. Because we're about making money. And we're about creating a beautiful community. And we're talking about changing the lives of people in the Philippines. And guess what? We're just getting started. This is the beginning. You are pioneers. You get to make decisions right now that will change your own future. But my advice to you is, don't change your mind. Stick with us, because pioneers get to have the biggest risk, but many times pioneers get to have the biggest rewards. How many of you have ever heard the name Ronald Wayne? Has anyone ever heard that name before? I do not want any of you to be like Ronald Wayne. Now, I'm sure that Ronald Wayne is a good guy. Ronald Wayne used to be in business as a pioneer with a guy named Steve Jobs. Ronald Wayne was a partner with Steve Jobs with this teeny little company called Apple Computer. And after he became a partner with Steve Jobs, he got a little bit scared. He started to lose belief. And he didn't want to do business with Steve Jobs or with Apple Computer any longer. So he owned 10% of Apple Computer. And he decided he wanted to sell it. So he sold it. He sold 10% of Apple for $2,200 US. You think that was a little mistake?
Yes.
Because if he wouldn't have sold his 10% for $2,200, if he would have kept that pioneer spirit, today his 10% is worth $47 billion US. That's not what you call a miss. That's what you call a very big, big, big miss. So, I'm not comparing us to Apple Computer. Not yet. But I don't want any of you to be like Ronald Wayne, because you're now in a pioneer position with a company that is the best network marketing story of the 21st century. And there are reasons why I tell you that. Because just like many of you, I made the choice to come to LifeVantage 1 year ago. After a lot of experience with many companies, many countries all around the world, I wanted to make a choice to come to the very best. And I chose to come to LifeVantage. And I'm here because I know that the future of this company is absolutely amazing. And we're going to do some crazy big things right here in the Philippines. And now I have to tell you all actually something a little bit scary. I actually believe that we can change the world. Because I know that if we change the life of only one person, we've now changed the world for that one person. How many of you want to change the world for some people that you know and you love? This is an opportunity to do exactly that. There are reasons why that is possible. It is possible because we're building a community of people that think the same way, that feel the same way, that want and have the same goals together. We're building a community of people who don't want to succeed by themselves, but want to succeed with a lot of other people around them. That's why I came to this company, because that's the environment that I like to be in. From a business positioning standpoint, and I'm not going to talk very much about products, but just hear me on 3 brief points. Pro Tandem. No other company, period, anywhere on the earth has a competing product to Pro Tandem. How do you like the business positioning of that? If we have something that everybody 20 years and older in the world needs, and we're the only one that has it, is that a good business opportunity? Yes. Number 2, true science. We have provided the most perfect penetrating point into a multi-billion-dollar skincare industry. But we have ingredients and technology that nobody else has. That's called business positioning. I happen to know a little bit about skincare in the Philippines. The last time I checked, Filipinas feel the same way as women everywhere else in the world. They want to look younger.